5520 rocks. Today is a big day. We are leaving Fury Cove. We are going across Queen Charlotte Sound over to Port Hardy. Because of the lack of daylight, we need a duck out anchorage, which is right here.
So, I think it's a good time to go myself.
Okay.
The wind is coming the right way. It's coming off the shoreline. It'll probably peak up close to 40 degrees as you come into Queen Charlotte Sound.
I'm also checking the weather conditions that are currently out there. So I have selected West Sea Otter buoy. And right now it's telling me that there's 18 knots of wind out there. The wave height's 1.8. The wave period is 11. That's all good. You want the wave height less than the wave period. And you get double on the wave period, and I've been told that that looks really good. So let's check the other buoys. What the heck? Canada's got a warning in here. You see this? This is where we're going to be. I think I trust our weather guy more than I trust Canada. We actually reached out to the weather guy because our predictions and what Canada was forecasting were so different that it made us nervous. We are told that Canada is very conservative in its weather forecasting because they got it wrong one year during a sailboat race and endangered lives. However, it's not in our nature to just disregard a weather forecast, so having the weather person really has helped us move on. It takes Eric about 20 minutes to get the boat totally ready to go. Eric has an Excel spreadsheet on his computer, and he uses that to make sure that he doesn't miss any of his tasks just to get the boat started and going. It's just getting light, so we are getting ready to take off. This is going to be an exciting day for us to be able to cross the sound and get to the next area, the next stop. We held good last night. No wind, but we held good. Well, we're almost on our way. We are going to go through the cut and get the remainder of the mud off the anchor. Then he'll put the anchor up. Eric is now putting on the anchor block that he had made for the anchor. It's very helpful to keep the anchor from moving around when we hit big waves. While he's trying to get the pin in, I'm keeping an eye on where we are. Dang. There he goes. Safety pin there. Now he'll tie it. Make sure that thing's tight today. Okay, yay! I think we timed it pretty good. We'll find out if we did okay in the weather-wise today. Look at how pretty it is. Cross your fingers. that log. And we are on our way. The sun is just coming over the mountain. This is what we're dealing with weather. It's not too bad. We're just worried it gets worse, and we're worried about cold. Here's probably a better look at what it is. It's 10 o'clock and things are better. Look, at the waves have gone down. The frost is off the bow of the boat. So that shows that we're getting a little warmer. Over there you can see Cape Caution. It's not blowing as much as earlier. The seas are pretty nice. A little rolly at times, but this isn't bad. Look at how pretty it is back there. Here you can see where we are on the plotter. We are going 8 knots. The wind is about 15 knots. It was worse earlier, but it is calming down, thank goodness. There's Barge back there with their tugboat. Eric's down there doing his engine room check. We have just come around Cape Caution. Yay! Look at this beautiful weather. Can't see the logs in front of us, but hey, pretty nice day. And there you see, that's the open ocean that you had to be cautious of. Well, after a nice 2-hour nap, we are through the sound and we're cutting across Gordon Channel. As you can see, we have a curtain coming against us right here. But we've decided to head into Port Hardy because we think we have time. Still a pretty good day. I mean, we got a little bit of wave action going. I've got to kind of hang on, but it's pretty good. And we're coming into Port Hardy. We weren't sure we could make it this far today, but we did. So that's pretty exciting. Look at all the snow. Well, we made it to Port Hardy. I'd love to say that the hardest part of the trip's over, but so far our surprises have not been during the difficult times that you would expect, but in areas that you would think would be easy. So we'll see what happens.
Port Hardy at night. A waxing moon. So we're going to have some more tides to deal with here as we move down the channel. It was a nice day today. It was a nice night tonight too.
Check out this pretty day. We are here in Port Hardy this morning. There's ice in this bay. We came south to get away from the ice, and here we have it. Today we're leaving Port Hardy and we're going down to Growler Cove. We're a lot more relaxed now that we've crossed Queen Charlotte Sound. So we've been making our way through the ice. As you can see, Eric's got it figured out where instead of just backing into it, he revs the engine, and then that breaks up the ice. You're turning, so you might want to do it again. Check it out. Just think if we come all the way down from Alaska just to be iced in Port Hardy. Check it out. That noise is us breaking through the ice. Once we got out of the harbor, the day was pretty much uneventful. We are coming into Growler Cove. And it is pretty early in the day. It's like only 1 o'clock, but we're going to be fighting the current the whole way. If we get up tomorrow morning, we can go with the current down to our next anchorage. So this is Growler Cove. We've been here before, but I don't think I was able to show it on video very well because it was in the dark. It's a pretty anchorage.
We're out here in it's almost 50 feet of water, and it did feel like it was a rocky bottom.
Anyway, we held good last night. It was a great anchorage. Eric's early morning starts are starting to wear on me, but at least I'm inside staying warm while he's pulling the anchor. We have lost the sun. I see it peeking out of the clouds up there, but it's not sunny and clear like it's been. It's just kind of overcast. But the water's still good and the wind's still good, so we're happy. Today we're leaving Growler Cove and we're headed down to Granite Bay, which should set us up for watching the currents for the next day going through the Seymour Narrows. We're about 20 knots. We have hit the current and we're up to 9.5 knots. I mean, this is good. He says we have 30 more miles until we get to our anchorage. 10.9. We're in the middle of these little current things. I thought he didn't want me to be up here when this happened. But we were talking to Tom, and he suggested Granite Bay. We have checked this out once before and didn't make it in. So we're going to check it out again, and hopefully it looks better to us this time. What do you think?
I'm hopeful too.
We have a regular winter wonderland out here. And yes, it's chilly. But we're coming through the neck here in Granite Cove. We are wondering if there might not be some ice in there. It's actually about the same as Port Hardy. Well, there's the little dent we made. Trying to figure out if we're gonna just anchor back here a little. We want to make sure we can get out in the morning. Eric wanted to break up the ice a little before we anchor. And now we've created this nice little flat iceberg. After considering this a bit, we decided to anchor someplace else. We went over and we anchored behind the chained islands. Look, no ice. That other anchorage would be better, probably, well, first of all, if there was no ice. Better if there was a bunch of wind, but we don't have any wind. We are leaving our anchorage. It is about, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Still dark a little. However, it's light enough that we can see if there's anything in the water, which is necessary around here because there's all kinds of little pots and buoys and things. Well, we're early. I'm not surprised. But Eric just can't help it. As soon as it's daylight, he just has to go. And we can kind of hang out here. We are still kind of hanging around, as you can tell. Well, it's not red anymore. Now it's orange. So the current's starting to fade a little. Okay, we're going. See all the swirls? Seymour Narrows is a 3.1 mile section that has very strong tidal currents. If you are in a slow boat, you need to make sure you go through the Narrows at slack tide. That's just the current grabbing us and taking us where it wants us to go.
Yes, back down and go to Havaseas.
Yeah, just to give you a heads up, we're doing some maneuvering drills around here, so if it's alright with you, I'll go down left and then do a 180 so we can meet red to red.
Roger. We're headed into Discovery Harbor there, so port to port will work for us. Seen you out there, kind of wondering what you were doing. Thanks for the call.
No problem, yeah, life look a little over. We're just practicing with the new vessel.
Roger. New boat?
Affirmative.
Cool. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the way by.
Roger, thank you. Have a safe trip.
You as well. Havaseas back to 16 and 11.
People! There's people!
Yeah.
It was really nice to hear people on the radio after not hearing anybody for so long. Yay, we are pulling into Campbell River. You know, I really like being out there alone and by ourselves, and I don't need a lot of people around me. But this is kind of a welcome sight this time.
How's your burger?
Good. Pretty good.
It's pretty nice to be eating out, be off the boat. Look at that burger.
There's mine. And there's my poutine. We needed to wait out some weather, so we hung out in Campbell River. Eric got a haircut, and we just kind of poked around. Our original plan was to anchor down in False Bay, but there was another storm coming up. So instead, we left Campbell River and headed down to Deep Bay, where we were hoping that we'd be able to get on the docks.
Well, we're leaving Campbell River. We're hoping that we find some place to dock tonight. The current outside Campbell River is rather strong, and we're hitting it at a pretty strong current, so lots of logs out here. Can't see them right now, but we just went through a whole bunch. This is the Chrome Island Lighthouse.
We are coming into here, Deep Bay.
It's actually been a pretty good day. We had some rolly waves. We're really glad that we decided to do this today because we're one day further. The next 2 days are supposed to be bad weather, but it will help us to get into anchorages sooner. We are coming into Deep Bay. Looks like a cute little community. We are in Deep Bay. We've never been here before. I'm glad we had the opportunity to come. You can see Havaseas over there. And there's some nice little houses around here.
We spent 3 nights in Deep Bay waiting out the storm. It was really good that we did get to a dock because the winds were really howling. We are realizing that you won't necessarily get several days of a good weather window, so you need to take advantage of each single day. The weather has finally died down, so we want to leave Deep Harbor today and we want to make it all the way to Montague Harbor. The trick will be Dodd Narrows. We will be leaving before daylight and we will be revving up the RPMs and burning more fuel in an effort to get to Dodd Narrows by 12:45 at slack tide.
Check this out. Not even 5 knots of wind. How awesome. And we are going 7.8 through 8 knots at a time. Life is good.
We are making the race for Dodd Narrows at slack.
For entries this week is Thursday. Don't forget to include a phone number where we can reach you. If you're the winner, we'll give you a call and take.
We've got the RPMs up to 18.
We're going 8.5 knots.
Now, we aren't quite to Nanaimo, but we think we might make it. It's gonna be nip and tuck.
Captain's stressed. Distance not. Do you think he's helped cleaning up the logs out of the water, or do you think he might be part of the cause? Interesting question. Look at all those birds catching a ride. That's funny. I think we might make it. I'm afraid to say that right now because we aren't there yet. If I'm never back up in Canada, British Columbia, Canada, sad.
Securite, securite, securite. All stations, all stations, all stations. Havaseas 58-foot motorboat will be transiting Nod Narrows south in approximately 10 minutes. Standing by 16 and 6 for concern in opposed traffic.
Position lost.
Securite, securite, securite. All stations, all stations, all stations. Havaseas 58-foot motorboat will be transiting Dodd Narrow in approximately 10 minutes. Standing by 6 and 16 for concern in post traffic.
So here's our current graph. Once again, here we are. We're about to hit it right at slack tide. Right there is it. We're coming off this and going on to this.
It's also high tide. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's nicer.
Yep. A little more leeway.
I am so excited. We started this journey a month ago, and this is like the last little bit. We've got tomorrow, but that's it. This was the thing that could stop us from making it tomorrow night. So happy. The sea lion. We even have an audience. There's a little whirlpool. Oh, hang on. We are in Montague Harbor. Anyway, we think this is going to be our last night before we hit Anacortes. Look how pretty it is. It's always pretty, isn't it? Well, we are leaving our last anchorage and we are headed to Anacortes this morning. This is the last day of our trip. Sad but exciting. It's gonna be good to see people. How are you feeling?
Okay, good and bad.
It's almost over, but yet it's almost over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at all those tracks coming in and out of Capsante and Anacortes. Guess we're kind of coming to our second home.
Kinda.
A lot of nice people here.
Yep.
As we came into Anacortes, friends of ours, Julie and Dan, were there waiting for us. They videoed us coming in.
After 1 month and 2 days on the water, making their way from Wrangell.
I can't tell you how much that meant to us, having them there greeting us after this long journey. We had started our journey on November 11th in Wrangell, Alaska, and we're coming into Anacortes on December 12th. It was truly bittersweet. It was the journey of a lifetime. Not many people will do that in winter. And we also knew that it was our last trip on this boat. We were bringing 5520 down to Anacortes so that she could be sold. This was a little more difficult after she kept us safe on such a long journey. We were really hoping we were doing the right thing for us.
Hey, Distant!
They all made it!
Stern in? Okay. Oh, gotcha.
Well, we got in last night, and today we have to clean the boat. We are showing the boat Thursday night, which is today's Tuesday, and then Friday morning I fly out.
Stay tuned as we try to figure out what's next.
Havaseas you next time.